Hello, welcome everyone. So in this presentation, we will study the greenhouse heating systems. That is part one. Okay, this is Professor A.R. Shinde. Okay, for the heating arrangements. So I'll read it. Following various heating concepts used for increasing the heat gain due to solar radiation into the greenhouse are: first is direct gain. Direct gain. This is a straightforward concept in which sunlight is admitted through the walls and roof facing sun to admit environment. These glazing surfaces are covered by movable insulation in the night for reducing the heat losses from room to outside through glazing material. The area of greenhouse thus heated, which in turn increases the plant temperature. So, in the first part, they have told that the orientation and the material that should be that is to be used in the used for covering and orientation of greenhouse should be such that it should admit maximum sunlight and it should avoid the heat, or it should avoid the heat losses. Okay, so the glazing material should be movable so as to uh, insulate it at night. Okay, so that the temperature at night is also maintained. Okay, and also the roof facing should be towards the sun to admit the maximum sunlight during the winter. Okay, series of variations and controls are adopted in direct gain system. The most common variations are due to the choice of location and materials of thermal storage mass. Usually the plants are grown at places where they may be directly irradiated. Variation in glazing refers to the number of layers of glazing, the type of glazing material, glass, plastic, etc., and finally the choice of its location, south wall, roof, etc., so that radiation falls on the plant mass. Okay, the direct gain system with its large glazed area exposed to the outside with its heat storage potential due to thermal mass of plants and soil. This can cause unfavorable environment because of unwanted winter losses and summer overheating. Hence, to retain its effectiveness, proper control facilities are provided. Various controls such as movable insulation, reflectors, roof overhang are common in direct gain systems. System for increasing and decreasing solar heat gain as desired during the year. Exhausts and vents help in maintaining internal temperature when summer temperatures are high. So here they have told that the series of variations and controls are uh, adopted, or they are used over the year, over the system. Okay, for this direct gain system. Okay, there are many variations due to the location, due to the environment, due to the seasons. Okay, also the materials that are used for the roof covering, or that the glazing material, the type of glazing material, the walls, the type of walls, its location, its orientation, its elevation. All these factors matter a lot for the direct gain. Okay, also the large glazed area outside the heat storage can be adopted or taken for the maximum heat attraction in the greenhouse. Also, there are many seasons can influence the can control the heat or air condition in the air control in the greenhouse. Okay, winter should at night in the winter night should be proper isolated, and proper heat or proper warm air should be circulated or ventilated inside the greenhouse. So many walls, or many different types of walls which absorb the heat are used. There are many ways. Okay, so we'll study it in next slides. Indirect gain. The following concepts have been forwarded for the indirect gain passive heating. First is north wall. Sometimes in direct gain concept, the fluctuation in the greenhouse room air temperature are usually higher than tolerated by plants for the optimum growth. A more effective method for reducing the swings in room air temperature is to introduce a thermal storage wall on the north side of the greenhouse as shown in figure. The sun's energy in this concept is introduced into the greenhouse directly as well as indirectly. As a result of north wall, solar radiation falling on north wall is absorbed and stored during the day. This, the stored thermal energy is converted and radiated to greenhouse air during the night to maintain room air at optimum temperature. Thus, the greenhouse air gets heated, which in turn increase the plant temperature during the night time. To reduce thermal losses, north wall is provided with insulation. So here, so in this concept of north wall, they have told that the temperature or the variation of air in the greenhouses varied accordingly to the plants. Okay, so the plants absorb some of the take the temperature due to the exhalation of CO2. There is also warm air, most of the warm air in the ventilation in the greenhouse. So there is air controlled by these crops and plants. Okay. Also, there can be a thermal wall, that is north wall, can be constructed or kept at the north side of the greenhouse so as to absorb the solar radiation or solar heat during the daytime or during the sunny time, and this heat or this warm air or this warmness can be converted and radiated to greenhouse during the night time to maintain the temperature at it as it gets cooled at night time. Okay, so these losses can be prevented at the night time, also in the winter time. Okay, so next is, you can also see the air figure in which type it is done. Okay, so next is water wall. If the massive wall is made up of drums full of water stacked over each other, the wall is usually termed as water wall. Water wall is more effective in reducing the temperature swings for a given area of north water wall. The total heat input entering into the greenhouse through a thermal storage wall is more corresponding amount for direct gain configuration. This depends on solar fraction. Okay, so in this type, water wall is made up of water wall is made where a drum with full, a black colored drum with full of water stored in it is kept at this north side, which attracts or which takes the solar radiation, and in the solar radiation is kept in the form of hot water or warmness in the water, and it is transferred or converted into radiation, solar radiation during its night time. Okay, so this is about water wall. Then transwall. The concept of transwall proposed by Fuchs and McClelland 1979 for buildings helps to achieve the storage effect and simultaneously provides the desired illumination inside the greenhouse. This concept could be used for greenhouse where illumination for optimum plant growth is desirable. Trans wall is partially transparent thermal storage wall placed adjacent to a glazing cover admitting solar energy. The part of solar energy absorbed within trans wall and remaining part is transmitted to the greenhouse room air. So here also there is a trans wall which is an illumination wall or illumination which we can say a reflecting wall which can be built for the thermal storage uh, of solar radiation. Thermal storage wall, which can be also called as thermal storage wall, which is built with along the greenhouse, which can absorb the sun solar heating, and which is also likewise the water wall and north wall, which is converted at night time or during the low heat areas. Okay, low heat times. Okay, and during the low heat times it is transferred or converted into solar radiation, and the ventilation or warm ventilation is maintained inside the greenhouse. Then next is isolated gain. Greater flexibility in design and operation can be obtained by isolating the greenhouse structure, the collector of solar energy and thermal storage. The general configuration figure 3.24 of this concept will be solar collector connected to greenhouse structure through rock bed. The solar energy entered the collector, hits the air and pass through the rock bed, which store the heat and releases slowly, thus reduce the temperature swings. This concept will be very useful during off sunshine hours, especially in winter season for off season crop production. This can also be referred as active heating of the greenhouse in addition to conventional heating. So this is the isolated gain type where a rock bed is created at the bottom, then air passage or air passage area is provided so that cool air gets transmitted in the greenhouse so as to maintain the temperature or provide a ventilation. Then plants are provided over the bed so that the yeah, radiation or solar radiation is absorbed. Then the glazing cover or canopy cover is absorbed. It is such that the isolated gain, the ventilation or the proper air condition is maintained throughout the greenhouse or within the greenhouse by making it a proper ventilation house. Okay, as during sunshine hours, during off season, it is very useful as it has a its proper ventilated uh, environment. Okay, so it is likewise just it has the isolated type of ventilation. Then working principle of air collector. Sorry. So working principle of ground air collector. So here I will read it. The working of ground air collector is based on the principle of solar flat plate collector. The only difference is in construction that it is permanent installation on subsurface of ground at the required location, whereas flat plate collector is portable device. The constructional detail of the ground air collector is shown in figure 3.25a. A ground air collector basically consists of four components: glazing for providing the greenhouse effect and to prevent the thermal heat losses, sand or concrete bed as an absorber for absorption of solar radiation, tubes or passages for conducting or directing the heat transfer fluid from the inlet to the outlet, blower for air circulation. The solar radiations are transmitted through the glazing of ground air collector and absorbed by the blackened sand bed. The absorbed radiations heat up the sand bed and heat are conducted into the conduit pipe embedded in it. The greater contact area between sand and pipe would provide the effective rate of heat transfer when air is circulated in the pipe. Up to it is heated up and yields the hot air at the end outlet of pipe. When ground air collector is attached to the greenhouse, then the inlet and outlet end are kept inside.